It was 6:13 a.m. The text lit up my phone like a warning flare in the dark. Unknown number. 8 words. No greeting, no signature. I stared at it, half amused. My husband, Daniel, was still snoring softly beside me. Outside, the morning was silent, heavy with the kind of stillness before a storm. Check your husband's garage. I almost ignored it. My brother's wedding was in 9 hours. I had makeup appointments, a speech to rehearse, a dress to steam. The day was supposed to be about family, love, celebration. But something in my gut, sharp, cold, wouldn't let it go. By 6:20, I was in the driveway, barefoot, hair a mess, keys trembling in my hand. The garage door groaned as it rolled up. And then I froze. 2 suitcases sat on the concrete. One of them was mine. The other was Daniel's. Both were packed. On top of mine, a passport. On top of his, an envelope thick with cash. And then, the dress. Not my dress, a wedding dress. Not white, ivory. Shorter than mine, cheap lace, still in plastic from the store. And next to it, a pair of women's shoes I had never seen before. The air went thin. Daniel and I met in college. He was the boy with the easy smile, the one who carried my books when my arm was in a sling. He brought me coffee during finals, drove me home when my mom was sick. When we married, I believed him when he said I was his anchor. We built a life that looked good on paper. Stable jobs, weekend trips, family dinners. My brother adored him. My parents trusted him. And I, God help me, defended him every time anyone hinted he was too charming for his own good. The signs were there: late nights at the office, business trips that didn't match his calendar, the cologne he never wore for me. But I stayed quiet, because when you love someone, you lie to yourself first. I picked up the wedding dress, careful not to tear the plastic. A receipt slipped out of the bag. Bought yesterday, paid in cash. The name on the receipt made my stomach flip. Clara Sutton. My brother's fiancé's maid of honor. The same woman who once accidentally sent Daniel a winking emoji meant for someone else. I remembered her laugh at the engagement party. Remembered the way she touched Daniel's arm when she thought I wasn't looking. The betrayal wasn't just personal. It was surgical. I didn't confront him then. Rage makes people sloppy. I couldn't afford sloppy. I slid the dress back, closed the garage, walked inside and brewed coffee like nothing had happened. While he showered, I sat at the kitchen table, phone in hand, making 3 calls. First, to the hotel where the reception would be. I was on the planning committee, so they didn't question when I confirmed the guest list and table arrangements. Second, to the bank. I'd been joint on his accounts for 7 years. By the time his coffee cooled, I'd moved half of our savings into a separate account with my name only. Third, to the videographer. I asked him, very sweetly, if he could set up a projector for a special surprise during speeches. The hours before the wedding blurred. Makeup, hair, smiles so tight they hurt. Daniel was dashing in his tux, playing the devoted husband. Clara floated around in blush silk, whispering in corners. By the time the ceremony ended, I had everything I needed. The reception began like any other. Dinner, champagne, laughter bouncing off crystal chandeliers. My brother and his new wife beamed at the head table. When it was my turn for the speech, I stood, heart steady, voice calm. "I want to talk about love," I began. "Real love. The kind that's loyal, honest, the kind that doesn't make you feel small." Eyes on me. Even Daniel, smiling like I was about to say something sweet. I nodded to the videographer. The lights dimmed. The screen behind me flickered to life. Security camera footage from my own house. Date stamped, time stamped. Daniel in the garage, unzipping a suitcase. Clara walking in, her hands around his neck, their mouths pressed together. Gasps. My brother's face hardened. His wife's hand flew to her mouth. The footage played without sound. We didn't need it. When the lights came back on, I looked directly at Daniel. I wasn't going to say anything, I said, but then I realized weddings are about truth. And the truth is, I'm done protecting people who don't deserve it. I took my glass, toasted the room, and sat down. The fallout was immediate. Clara slipped out the back before dessert. My brother didn't speak to Daniel. My parents? Well, my mother cried. My father didn't. Daniel followed me outside later, face pale, jaw tight. "You humiliated me," he hissed. "No," I said, stepping into the waiting cab. "You did that yourself." By midnight, I was in my own apartment, one I'd signed the lease for weeks ago, just in case. The savings were secure. My lawyer had the divorce papers drafted. I lay in bed, phone in hand, staring at the unknown number from that morning. I typed one word back: thanks.